But if we put aside the modalities for the event, there is one thing we are sure about. It's the kind of tanks we will be able to get beside the main reward being the Scepter. And the list is located right there. At first, we have the Renault UE57, the T28 1940, the Panzer Sfl 4C, and the Churchill gun carrier. And out of those, there are two of them that will stick out of the others, even if nowadays, thanks to the Battle Pass, there is one that is not useful anymore, and this is the subject of today's video. As most players will go for the Scepter, and to do so, you will have to open containers in which you will have parts of all those tanks. Maybe it's for the best for us to know which one you want to keep and which one you want to sell. And well, we start off right away with the Churchill gun carrier, the biggest one you can acquire, the tier 6, the British tank destroyer. And basically, when I take a look at this tank, I can't really tell you that it's worth it. Even if it got buffed a couple of times, if we didn't have an Battle Pass, a Churchill gun carrier from a Battle Pass, I would probably tell you that yes, it's worth it to keep it simply because of how bizarre it looks. But right now, even if this tank is still competitive in terms of gun, I don't think that it's a must to get it or even to keep it. So well, now you make your choice. What you see right now is that you have an amazing traverse speed that is quite important for a turretless tank destroyer, let's be honest. And your accuracy, the accuracy that is just a blessing on that thing. I'm going to show you right now on the BDR if I'm not getting attacked too much. No, we're safe. We were angling our tank, and if we do, and especially if he shots at this little spot at the back, we are safe. There we go. Sneaking in another one. Blocking the Explorer for the KV-2 to do the job, maybe. Okay, we don't have any more KV-2, but hey, at least we got that guy great. Okay, let's keep moving. So what you see right now is that this tank is comfortable when played at tier 6. When played at tier 7, it's a whole new mashup because obviously you are not gonna be the best on the battlefield. I mean, you lack of armor, you don't have the best mobility, especially the top speed, even if the traverse speed will do the job. So basically, what I'm trying to say to you right now is that if you are focusing on a tank that is mobile, that can do the job at distances, well, this is not necessarily the tank for you, and you should rather go for something like a Hellcat. But if you are not comfortable playing with something that is too mobile like a Hellcat, you can always go for the Churchill gun carrier. And if you have some money and you are lucky enough to play the Churchill gun carrier from the Battle Pass, then you should stick to this one that features way more armor, even if it comes to the cost of less DPM, because if I'm not mistaken, it reloads in 7 seconds instead of the 5.9 we see right there. So there we go. Now we're just gonna kill the KV-2, especially if you try something that dumb. And we just go back to the garage. 3 kills, 1.7k damage. One cool thing to notice about this tank, you can farm it in events where you need to get good badges like first class and ace tankers, because it's truly not hard to do this. All you have to do is basically getting something like maybe 2.2k damage and you are already making a first class. So it can be a good tank for you to grind in those cases, but those cases only. And just in case you didn't see what tank I'm talking about when I told you that it's better to play the Battle Pass version, it's basically the Dreadnought, for the simple reason that, well, when you take a look at the armor profile, you have 150mm at the front for the Churchill gun carrier, and for the Dreadnought you have 175. And trust me, a 25mm difference will be effectively something on the battlefield and will allow you to bounce a couple more shells. Now let's take a look at the second tank of the list, the UE57. Here things are completely different because this one is definitely a tank to keep for 2 reasons. The first, it's the smallest tank in this game. Just take a look at how tiny it is compared to the Panzer S35. And the second thing is, the statistics are not that bad. I mean, you can definitely do the job because, well, you have a mobility, you don't have any armor, of course, but The mobility combined with your amazing accuracy is just perfect. This is exactly what you're seeking for. And right now, even if I lack a lot of gun depression, unfortunately, I'm still able to do the job. Now, of course, the hardest part will be to deal with the gun depression, especially on those maps. But well, for the moment, as long as I can stick myself to that area and sneak my shells on the Panzer Sfl, I should be safe. Am I spotted? Yes, I am. I'm gonna take a shot. Am I? Oh, I did not even take a shot. What a pleasure. Come on. Oh, shit. Okay. What you see right now is that with this tank, you are not playing aggressively. This is not something you want to do because otherwise you are going to get crushed. As I just told you, you can get penetrated by people at tier 4 using HE. So you need to be extra careful while playing with this tank because, well, when you take a look at what surrounds the gun, I forgot the exact name of this, but basically this thing will prevent your armor to be effective because, well, it becomes quite easy to get penetrated. Okay, there we go. We sink 2 shells, and now we are escaping because of the Tetrarch. I don't know how we say this. Let's try to get the guy. There we go. I don't know if this one went in, and I'm not gonna bother discovering it. We are just gonna focus on someone else. Bang, camping, camping. I apologize for this, boys, but this is the way to go. Maybe, you know what, maybe that what I need to do right now is escaping because otherwise I'm gonna get smacked. But unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Maybe that I'm gonna die before making anything, I guess. We're gonna try. 3, 2, okay, we got him. Now we get to the Tetrarch and we die. No, we don't die. Damn. We're lucky, boys. We are lucky. I'm gonna die right now. It's over for me. Yeah. As I told you, your mobility is great when it comes to the top speed, but when you have to turn around as you have one of the worst degrees of angle, you can't really do anything. But it was still a good game, even if we lost it in the end because they all decided to go on the right side of the map. Not a problem. This tank is packing some serious craziness, and you definitely want to acquire one. Now, for the rest of the tanks, and especially the T28, the tier 4, things are a little bit different. Basically, what I don't like about the T28 is how big it is compared to the damage it will deal. Because, well, when you have around 140 average damage and you're that big, you expect it to work like a regular heavy tank because of how huge it is. Let's compare it, for example, to the Su-85B. It's nearly twice the size. And, well, when you compare it with other tanks of the same tier that are better, more effective, well, you become a much bigger target. And this is why this tank was removed in the first place, because of how horrible it was for players to play with it, because this tank was available, and all the tanks we talked about in this video were available before the 5.5 update. And well, I don't see the point of playing it. To be honest, boys, I'm not even gonna bother playing it live right now. I'm just gonna tell you that it's not worth it, and it's not a tank you want to keep. Beside maybe if you're a collectioner, or even if you're a collector, or if you want to get an ace tanker on every single tank in the game, well, do your ace tanker and sell it right away because you will never play it again. And now, guys, the last tank we need to talk about, the Panzer Sfl 4C. And it's probably the hardest to talk about in this video, and this is why we finished with this one, because it's kind of a double-sided sword. Let me explain. Basically, this tank you're seeing right there at first was a Tech 3 tank. It was a tier 5 that led to the Grill 15. And when you play it, you will find some similarities between this one and the RHM, the Grill, pretty much the whole line. You see that you have a turret, kind of, even if it's not the best because we are at tier 5 and they're not going to give you a fully turreted turret at tier 5. But for the rest, well, you don't have any armor and you have a crazy gun, even if you reload in 7 seconds, which is a little bit too high in my opinion when we compare with tanks like Hellcat, but still, it can kind of do the job. And now the thing is that when you are playing at tier 6, it's going to be horrible for you because your DPM doesn't allow you to match too much with whatever you are gonna encounter. On top of that, it's either you like it or you hate it. There is no in between with this tank, at least among the community. This is what I found. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Sherman. Really appreciate the fact that you're blocking me. I'm gonna go somewhere else because it seems like I'm not welcome here anymore. Probably going to try to snap some shots on the M6. It could be a good idea. But basically, boys, what you want to do with this tank is camping. It kind of sucks, I know, but you don't have the choice. If you try anything else, it's not gonna work. Just take a look at that. For example, here we see an M6, okay? So what we do is we are gonna use as many tools as possible. We bounced, unfortunately. Now, thanks to our adrenaline, we're lowering down the reload to maybe 6 seconds or something like that. And we are having fun on that boy. But why are we having fun? Because he doesn't care about us. As soon as he decides to stick some shells on me, it's going to be problematic and I will not be able to do anything. It's kind of a situational tank, which makes it completely boring to play it. And well, I'm not gonna bother anymore. I'm just gonna go on that M6. I'm gonna take a shot probably, or the guy decided to leave. Okay, so there are some people like that that are deciding, hey, you know what, it's not necessarily worth it. I'm just gonna get out of the game. And well, we finish without doing much, but as I told you, it's situational, and here we didn't have the right situation. Some people are going to differ with what I'm saying right now, and they're going to tell you, yes, this tank is worth it, you just don't know how to play it, blah, blah, blah. And it's an understandable argument. I nearly never play that tank beside when Wargaming puts it in the shop or in the game event like it's the case. But that's, in my opinion, is not the most worthy tank. By the way, guys, sorry if I don't have any camos on my tanks. I don't know what happened. It seems like Wargaming did an upgrade on the camos and they decided that right now we have to put back all the camos on every single tank, which is quite upsetting, especially when you have more than 400 tanks, and I'm not gonna bother just doing this all along. Oh, fast, I need to put blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not gonna do this. So, well, this is it, boys. I just wanted to talk about the 4 tanks that were available beside the Scepter, which is the main reward. We will talk about the Scepter sooner or later when I will be able to log into the game after my work. So probably that you will get the video expected around, I don't know, maybe... I can't tell you, to be fair. I can't tell you, but expect it around 6 hours by the time, 6, 7, 8 hours by the time I will upload this video. And I'm going to see you soon for a new one. Bye.